Yes, Israel-Palestine is a religious conflict, but not in the way that you think. And no, it's not about land. That's just a distraction.
You see, when Israel declared independence in 1948, it was one of many new countries to emerge from the fallen Ottoman Empire, along with Turkey, Lebanon, Iraq, Jordan, Syria, and Saudi Arabia.
Now, as these states were born, there was often conflict. Iraq and Iran fought over a border, and there was war in Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon. There was a lot of population movement, and new borders were formed. But with Israel, it was different. Israel was attacked by 7 armies.
And these weren't about border disputes. Some of the attacking countries didn't even share a border with Israel. They were hundreds of miles away. So what did Israel have that they all wanted so badly?
Right, it was tiny, about 5,500 square miles. That's about 3/4 the size of the Kruger Park in South Africa. It was the size of a nature reserve.
And 70% was either desert or swamp infested with malaria. There was no oil, no minerals, no agriculture, mostly uninhabitable and useless land. So why all the effort and expense to attack it?
Well, the reason goes back around 1400 years to when the Jews in what is today Saudi Arabia refused to follow Muhammad. Look, the Islamic world knows perfectly well that the Jews are indigenous to Israel. It's in the Quran. But the refusal to adopt Islam was the beginning of this hatred of the Jews and the idea that the Jews cannot have sovereignty over any land.
Now, a lot of Muslims no longer follow this, and we've had peace with them for decades, but many still do, including the current Palestinian leadership. See, it's not about supporting the Palestinians. It's about a ridiculous grudge fest against the Jews.
And if we could only move past that, we'd finally have real peace in the Middle East.
Yeah.